Woman saved from kidnapping after using a secret hand signal she saw on TikTok. A 19-year-old lady from Hickman County, Tennessee is lucky to be alive this week, and unbelievably, she owes it all to a TikTok video. According to authorities, the anonymous woman had been visiting her brother on Sunday when her ex-boyfriend unexpectedly came up and begged to go for a trip. But although she freely climbed inside his pickup vehicle, the woman never could have predicted what happened next, or how close she came to potentially losing her life. According to Lieutenant Mike Dotto, the former couple began driving along Highway 100, but at some point during their ride, the duo got into a physical argument inside the truck that sadly escalated. If you haven't already done so, please subscribe to our channel and turn on the notification bell to be inspired by these real-life stories on a daily basis. Now, let's return to the story. During a news conference this week, Dotto revealed that the woman requested to be let out of the truck but was told no by her ex. That's when things took a terrible and nearly lethal turn. The ex threatened to kill her by snatching a screwdriver and telling her if he couldn't have her, nobody could have her, Dotto said. At the same time, the man began driving dangerously along the interstate before he finally pulled over at the Twice Daily gas station around 1 p.m. that afternoon. Moments thereafter, the two strolled into the convenience shop. Presumably, this was to ensure that the woman wouldn't be out of his sight. But unbeknownst to her captor, the woman had remembered a popular video that taught her how to silently tell people she was in danger. The modest hand signal, which has gone viral numerous times in the past 2 years, is simple to use and memorize. It's performed by putting one hand up with the palm facing forward and the thumb tucked in. Then all 4 remaining fingers are closed over the thumb in a fist-like gesture, as so. It's known as the abuse at home signal for help, which can be used in cases of domestic violence or other emergencies. In reality, it's actually been used many times previously in real-life circumstances where people have been in danger. Most famously, it was utilized in November 2021 by a 16-year-old girl from North Carolina who was being kept against her will in a truck. After making the hand signal through a passenger side window, a fellow driver called 911. The motorist then conveyed the license plate of the vehicle the adolescent was in at the time, leading to the arrest of the abductor, 61-year-old James Herbert Rick. In this occasion, the hand gesture also proved to be life-saving. The woman secretly utilized the signal at the gas station counter when the cashier caught her eye and softly repeated the gesture back to her. When the woman hesitantly nodded, indicating that this was, in fact, serious, he knew he had to move immediately. According to Eric Streval, a customer who was in the gas station at the time and happens to be a part of a motorcycle group that helps women in domestic violence situations, the gas station workers had already been made aware that something was going on. It turns out that when the woman first entered the store, she looked over at Streval and mouthed the word "help," which instantly drew his notice. Moments later, he quietly approached the desk and asked a receptionist to call 911. Then he strolled outside and snapped a snapshot of the truck's license plate, WKRN noted. By the time the two approached the front desk, the cashier was doing his utmost to stall them by pretending there was an issue at the register, but apparently the suspect was starting to catch on. Soon after, the pair exited the store and fled the parking lot. Luckily, a sheriff's officer swiftly arrived and began pursuing the vehicle as it raced down a nearby country road. A police chase occurred, reaching speeds of up to 90 miles per hour, WKRN said, before the driver of the truck ultimately drove into a creek on Bear Valley Road in Dixon County. But incredibly, the chase wasn't done quite yet. The guy left his vehicle on foot before authorities caught up, used a stun gun on him, and placed him in handcuffs. Finally, the ordeal was done, and the woman was whisked away into safety while her ex-boyfriend was charged. The entire pursuit lasted around 10 to 15 minutes, according to authorities. The suspect has now been identified as 31-year-old Jonathan Smith. He faces many charges, including aggravated kidnapping and aggravated domestic assault, with more charges expected to come soon. Luckily, though, his 19-year-old woman managed to escape the entire experience unscathed and is now safely back home with relatives. The moral here, says Streval, is a simple and familiar one. If you see something, say something, he told WKRN. Domestic violence is a nasty thing here in Tennessee. The victims, a lot of times, they're too terrified to speak up. The fact that the claimed victim had the presence of mind and fortitude to signal for aid should not go ignored, he stressed. I credit the young lady in this position with having the world's most guts of actually coming out, he remarked, because who knows what would have transpired. Streval has since reached out to the young woman on social media to offer support. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and consider sharing it with someone else who might enjoy it as well. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video.